Now she's gone, I don't know why. Until this day sometimes I cry. She didn't even say goodbye. She didn't take the time to lie. Bang, bang, she shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. Bang, bang, that awful sound. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. And we're live. Greetings, friends. Welcome. Happy Sunday. You may have noticed we have a tip jar, PayPal tip jar in the pinned comment, because here I am literally singing for my supper. Like Billy Joel and the Piano Man. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, for we're all in the mood for a melody. And you got us feeling all right. I like to sing songs from the 60s and 70s because they focused on lyrics and melody. And they usually told a story. At any rate, the chat is blowing up. Eagles, very sorry, my friend. Very sorry to hear that. Eagles is watching from the hospital. He is dealing with depression right now because he just lost his sister. Which is very sad, and hopefully you can hang out in the chat for a bit and take your mind off things for a little bit. Just put your feelings on pause. And you can see Sadie. Sadie always makes everyone feel better. Here, tell Eagles to feel better. Here, hop, hey, say hi to Eagles. Eagles needs a little pick me up. Yeah, it's like there's no avoiding it. You just got to go through the pain. But it will subside over time, regrettably, not tonight. But we're here for you, brother. Let's see. Ben says, hope you get well. Brother Mark is here. Greetings, Mark says, howdy, cowpoke, says Mike would say. Greetings, Mark. He says, my condolences to you, Eagles. And Ben says, prayers to you, man. Mark says, I remember the call when I lost my sister, Marina, a beautiful person. She was 41. Gone too soon, Mark. Yeah. And Eagles says, my sister was 16. That's rough, Eagles. I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. Christian says, hello, friends. I won't be here for today's stream. Eagles Pro, I send you my best regards to you and your family. Sorry for your loss and all the best to everyone. And a happy Sunday to all you friends. You too, Christian. You have a great week. Ben says, spooky, scary Sunday. And O-Dog says, sorry, love and prayers, E-Pro. I'm sorry. Yes, O-Dog. I'm glad you're here, friend. You can help share the burden and just carry his pain for a little bit. Callum says, yo, greetings, Callum. I did an Irish accent last night, and you did not hear it. It was better than the one I'm doing right now. Happy Sunday, Callum. Odak says, sup, Benz, and Eagle says, I won't be uploading anymore. Oh, you just take your time, friend. You do what you got to do. Odak says, hi, Cal. Callum says, what's happening, Odog? Ben says, I just watched the cutscene where John meets Micah on Mount Hagen. Micah's aim is trash. Dude had 2 double actions and he missed all his shots. Well, John has that plot armor. Well, kinda. O-Dog says, howdy, Christian. Ben says, what's a good, O-Dog? And Miko is here and says, hello, Super Antonio and Sadie. Hello, mods. Howdy, folks. Greetings, Miko. Happy Sunday to you. And Eagles says, hi, Sadie. Miko says, sorry for your loss, Eagles Pro. And Ben says, I uploaded a new vid on my channel, reached max weight as Arthur, and had a boxing match against Bertram. And Eagle says, thanks, Miko. And O-Dog says, sup, Miko. 13 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Happy Sunday. Just kind of having a quiet night by the campfire. Quiet night around the campfire. And nice conversation, or at least comforting conversation. this chat and this fellowship is here for you, Eagles Pro. Christian says, one thing before I go, pay Super Antonio or he will rob you and become Bandit Antonio and steal your pennies. I won't, but it's a funny thought, Christian. And don't forget to like the great live stream, friends, and pay Super Antonio and the tip jar. He's singing for us. Yes, I sing for my supper. Don't worry, Christian. I appreciate you. And that tip jar is just up in case you want to. It's not, there's no pressure. I'm just happy you're here. I do this stream because it's a labor of love. I'm happy to be here for you. I'm happy to do this. Same with Sadie. She's sitting up. She's paying attention for once. Our channel co-host, Sadie, the channel dog. I don't know how long she's going to be live for. I took her on a giant run this morning. Callum says this week coming up is bringing some good warmth. I'll be heading out swimming a few days this week. Well done, Callum. Yeah, Sundays for me, I usually take Sundays off in terms of workouts, but I kind of make it up by taking her on an extra long morning and afternoon walk, which is what we did. So that kind of tired her out. And also I did some upper body because I just crave it. I like hanging from from the chin up bar. I like the feeling and the feeling of pulling yourself up, chin ups and pull ups. It's a wonderful feeling being able to pull up your own body weight. Ben says, my first video has 16 views, doubled since yesterday. Sounds good, Ben's. Callum says, Sadie looks stuck in her own world right now. Yes, she's not paying attention to the chat, regrettably. She's paying attention to this hand and this jar full of potent canine bait. See how she follows it with her eyes wherever it goes. Sometimes I see her staring longingly at it. Just thinking about it. It always focuses her attention. Eagle says, my last was the RP and then I stopped. Are you talking about videos? And Christian says, all right, folks, bye. Friends, glad we talked for a bit. Antonio, also Sadie, is looking cute as always. Next, you'll be playing the harmonica like Sadie in Red Dead Redemption 2. Like Antonio says, further on down the trail. Bye, Christian. Thank you, friend. You have a great weekend. You have a great week. And O-Dog is laughing and has the dog emoticon. I'm glad you're here, O-Dog. It's always good to have a mod for these campfire chats. How are things, O-Dog? What's for dinner? What did I have? I had the other half of the pad thai from yesterday. So I had leftovers, chicken pad thai. It was delicious as always. Did you have your chicken chow mein? Ben says YouTube Studio is a great app. Downloaded it yesterday and it has great statistics. Yeah, you can't have a channel without YouTube Studio. It's the first thing I check in the morning and the last thing I check before I go to sleep. O-Dog says taco salad. I love taco salad. It's one of my favorite salads. But, literally I'll make anything into a salad. I was thinking of spaghetti salad. Callum says, haven't played much of anything the last few days. Been kind of bored since my mom left to go to her boyfriend's house for a few days. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Callum. You're on your own for a bit. Cruz says, hello, Super Antonio, Sadie, and everyone. Greetings, Cruz. Happy Sunday. And O-Dog says, no, the local restaurant I like wasn't open. The more expensive ones were. Well, you'll have to tell me what you think of the chow mein. You have to get chicken chow mein and a side of rice and And then the rest is up to you. It depends on their menu, you know. Maybe a beef dish, beef and broccoli. Can't go wrong with that. Odog says, I'll get some Saturday. Okay, well, we'll look forward to your report. Don't know what horse we're going to do next for Saturday. I'll come up with something. Probably a horse I want to race against the Count. Maybe the Piebald HH. Because I got a lot of footage of that horse, and it is my favorite horse. I was kind of saving it. Or maybe Biscuit. Let's get Biscuit out of the way. Odog says, the main dish will be enough. And Callum says, might play some Red Dead 2 tomorrow. Okay, Callum. And Ben says, man, all these people play Red Dead Redemption. I myself am a Blue Alive Damnation enjoyer. Yeah, how... I made a title that was the exact opposite of Red Dead Redemption 2. It was Green Live Damnation. In Green Live Damnation. Cruz says, my weekend meals did not support my weekend cuts. Will have to increase my discipline when meal prepping this week. The weight cut continues. Well done, Cruz. Yeah. Take the weekend off, or at least Sunday. But don't take it like... I like having a cheat meal, but not a cheat day, if you know what I mean. Odog says, yeah, do Biscuit. Could show how to get her all over again. I can't find that vid. Yeah, we can't do it. And Callum says, haven't seen Biscuit in ages. And Odog says, sup, Cruz. Cruz says, Odog, hi. I just used a Biscuit save for... to get the poison knife recipe from that floorboard. I never knew about that. So I got that footage. I was going to make a short out of it, but I put up the donkey lady because the Arthur and New Austins always do quite well. Everybody wants Arthur and New Austin. Cruz says, hi, Eagles. Sending you all my support and prayers. There you go, Eagles. This chat is here for you to share the burden. Ben says, I like max weight Arthur. He becomes Chunk Morgan. Well, don't tell Cruz, because he's going in the opposite direction. Eagle says, thanks, Cruz. I saw the trailer for Furiosa, which looked fun. It looks fine. Thor's in it. Chris Hemsworth is in it as the bad guy. So you have an actual Australian, and that's helpful. It's very difficult for me to think that an 80-pound girl would survive in that kind of environment. I don't care what her fighting skills are like, but I'm willing to suspend disbelief because she's so darn cute. How tall is what's it, Anya? Anya Taylor-Joy. Height. Yeah, I would say she's 5 foot nothing. Height. She's 5'8", model height. Okay, well. Still, so she's probably more like anywhere from 110 to 120. Still, I don't think she'd survive the apocalypse. But, you know, again, I'm willing to suspend disbelief. Callum says, I'm going to head to sleep as it's getting late and the dog's tired too. I'll be here longer tomorrow for the Marston Monday stream. Okay, Callum, you have a good night. And Ben says, my main Arthur and John are anorexic, unfortunately, but my horses are always showered in treats. Yeah, I keep my my Arthurs and Johns underweight. I just think they look better in the photographs. Cruz says, George Miller producing it. It should be a good blue chip stock movie. And Cruz says, drinking green tea. Same here, Cruz. Eagle says, I'm drinking water. Yeah, Eagles, don't forget to hydrate. And you don't, I'm sure you don't feel like eating tonight. So don't, I wouldn't, because whatever you eat tonight, you will associate with this terrible moment in your life. So just skip it and then have something tomorrow. Have a bigger breakfast tomorrow. Callum says, hope you're feeling better soon, Eagles Pro, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's stream. And Odog says, I keep mine average. And Eagle says, no, I don't. Odog says, he hits harder on fights with average weight. Yeah, that I would assume so. Ben says, I've been doing some more stuff with my hygiene recently. My skin has felt softer since I've been using lotion. Have a little bit of chub on me, but I keep hygiene besides that. Okay, Benz. Yeah, hygiene is important. Take care, keep yourself clean. Take your showers every day. Pay attention to your hair. Wash your hair. You'll be fine. Cruz says, watching Madagascar right now and this stream. Cruz, I'm glad you're multitasking. That's the way to do it. That's how I watch most streams. I just have them on the background. Kind of like a radio. Talk radio. Cruz says, shout out to King Julian. Ben says, max weight Arthur is a beast in combat, like a walking steamroller. I believe it. There's a side quest in The Witcher where you have to get in these bare knuckle brawls with the local champions, and they're really easy to do. But the first one, because I have these really cool armored gloves. I forget what they're called, but and he, my Geralt is wearing full armor, and I thought that, nobody's going to want to take a hit with an armored glove, but after the cutscene, he was stripped down to his waist, so that took care of that. But it's it was a level 10 quest, and we were at level 21, almost 22, so we completely outclassed everyone and ran through that side quest. Odog says, I can't get him fat and play, LOL. Takes too long to maintain. Yeah, so you got to eat a lot of chocolate, buy chocolate from the store, as I recall. Chocolate and peppermints. Ben says, for me, when I got John to max, he had the belly, but as Arthur, he is just buff. Odog says, agreed. Arthur gets thick. John gets a belly. And Ben says, Odog, if you buy some chocolate bars and moonshine, eat 2 chocolate, then drink 5 moonshine to pass out, his weight goes up 1.5 from that alone. Wow. Ben says it figured out. I have a max beard, Arthur. We could max weight him out just to see and make a video out of it. For science. Odog says, Arthur simply outclasses John athletically. John is just the pretty boy. Even with that scar. I will agree. John takes great photos. Miko says, the best I could do was average weight by eating big game meat and sleeping a lot. It doesn't last before Arthur is underweight again with all the running around I do. And Cruz says, John, a pretty boy, no way lol. He is pretty compared to Arthur. And Odog says, Benz, that's too much. When I'm on, I have to play before bath ladies interrupt. And Odog says, because Cruz, John is the pretty boy. Yeah, he's way prettier in this game than he was in Red Dead 1. However, he's like 10, 12 years older in Red Dead 1. He's a man, and John is in his early 20s in Red Dead 2. In Red Dead Redemption 2. Ben says, I always look for loopholes. I got max beard in 30 minutes using the Van Horn fence glitch. If you're John, you can use the Armadillo General Store. Odog says, I clean him up. Arthur's clothes work better on John if you clean him up. He looks like Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas is aging well. If you have seen him in the Expendables series, of all those guys, he's holding up the best, I think. Cruz says, my Arthur stays at average for now a day since my playstyle is more focused on leisure and grazing throughout the map and the occasional deluxe bath after cards and a meal. That sounds like a night, Cruz. Sadie's on a couch, on her blankie, well, on the rug. And Ben says, John is majestic in 1899 and 1907, but in 1911, he is like a gruff Clint Eastwood character. Yes, Ben's, because he's all grown up. I do like John's personality and character in Red Dead 1. I can understand why he's a legend. He's certainly not a legend in Red Dead 2, but he's still growing. And Odog says, no way, Wesley Snipes aging better than them all. Well, Odog, as you well know, black don't crack. Let's see what Wesley Snipes looks like these days. I didn't even know he was in those ones. I don't remember him. Yeah, he looks great. He looks better than Denzel, but I think he's younger than Denzel. Wikipedia says he's 61. Wow. How old is Denzel? And Denzel is 69. They're 10 years older. So yeah. But I would, you can assume that all actors lie about their ages. So I would say, they like shave off 4 or 5 years. So that would probably make Wesley's biological age 65, and Denzel might be around 75. Odog says, then again, he took the less amount of roids, and yes, black don't crack. Cruz says he was able to hang and keep up with Landon Ricketts and have big effect on the revolution. John is most definitely a legend. And Ben says, if I can get a PC, I'm going to make a mod where you can bathe as John in Beechers and get a deluxe bath from Abigail. And Eagles says, all right, well, I'm going to sleep alone. Okay, Eagles, you hang in there, and tomorrow won't be a better day, but it will be a slightly easier day, and it will get easier as time goes on. But unfortunately, you just have to go forward and get through it. And just remember that this channel and this chat is here for you, and you make the best of things, okay? You take care of yourself, Eagles. Odog says he's been in better shape than Denzel all his life. Well, yeah. Wesley is a martial artist, and Denzel is an actor. And Eagle says, I'm not used to sleeping alone. Yeah, that's hard. And Ben says, and I really like John and Arthur's themes. John's music sounds like a classic spaghetti western music, while Arthur's music is slow and somber. Odog says, yes, hang tough, Eagle. We'll be here tomorrow night. And Gran Autismo 69 says, are you in professional racing? I am not. But happy Sunday to you, friend. That was a heavy chat. Cruz says Red Dead 1 soundtrack was pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, it was. Um, I like the music in Mexico, of course. I don't feel I spent enough time exploring Mexico, given the fact that it is not available for Arthur or John. And it's right there. It's right across the river. Just checking on Sadie. Cruz says, the more I grow older, the more I appreciate my days and those closest to me. Life is a gift. Couldn't say it better myself, Cruz. Odog says, best soundtrack for game is the GTA series, LOL. Yeah, if you like that kind of music. Cruz says, I'd rather the devs flesh out Guarma more than Mexico in Red Dead 2. I agree. I mean, or just up north. I mean, Guarma is completely new, but also, up north, there's just nothing to do up there. You got Tucker's friend. That's the only random encounter. And sometimes you get to see like NPCs racing through the snow. Still, you get a whole chapter devoted to it. Nodog says, I know, right, Cruz? They could have fleshed out the epilogue portion a lot more. Ben says, I like to call Guarma Red Dead 2's Mexico, a different country you go to for some missions, like how in Red Dead 1, John goes to Mexico. That's a good comparison, Ben's. Cruz says, although I will say this, one of my brothers and I aren't talking, haven't talked to each other in over a year after he threatened me. He's you get than me. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but I'm very sorry that you're fighting with your brother. And regrettably, that chasm will just get wider and wider over time if you don't, extend a hand, until you meet over a funeral or something. Oh, he is younger than me. Yeah, it's like family's important. I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I don't have any brothers except for Odog and David. Doc is more of a father figure, so he's more of an uncle, I suppose. Ben says, Red Dead Revolver's main theme is awesome. I like Revolver. I need to replay it now that I have the Scorpion Revolver. And Odog says, it will get wider. Reach out and forgive. Don't take it to the grave like my dad and uncles did. Yeah, Odog, I agree. But you always think you have more time. That's the thing. And you live your life just thinking that you have more time. Or that, it's like there's going to be some, that you will be the exception to the rule and and you'll figure out a way to live to 150 or something. You know, I have been watching a Canadian murder mystery series called Murdoch Mysteries. It's set in the same time period, 1899, but it's in Toronto. Um, and I would, it's funny. I mean, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't on the Hallmark Channel, but because it is so refreshingly wholesome. Even though it's about murders, you know, I mean, there's like crime in every episode, but he's he's kind of steampunky. He invents like modern inventions like a lie detector and and fingerprints and luminol, but he puts his 1899 spin on it. It's not a Western. It's it's in a modern city. So it's but all the fashions are fun. And they have a lady medical examiner that he's kind of got a crush on. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And there's like 16 seasons of it. So it's, I like just having it on the background. It's fun to watch and just listen to as I go about my day. And it's very refreshing. Cruz says, it's just me and him. We have nothing in common. He grosses me out. He is ill-mannered and always has been insincere to me. My life was way better after we stopped communicating. And Cruz says, steampunk was an interesting era of fashion, LOL. Yeah, his inventions are steampunky, but the costumes and the fashions are very accurate for the time period. And Odog says to Cruz, sounds like he's immature. Give it time to let him grow up, but not too much time. And Serena's here. Everybody say hi to Serena. Serena says, hi, Antonio. Sorry I'm late. Not long. Just got up. Now, hi, everyone. Good morning, Serena Starhearts. Let's call Sadie back. She's on the couch. Let's call her back with some potent canine bait. Hey, come here. Hey. Hey. Pup, pup. Say hi to Serena. And Odog. There. There she is. Miko says, hey, Odog and Serena. And Ben says, I recreate a lot of Red Dead 1 outfits where I play as John. There are 2 I wish I could make. The Rebel outfit with the bandana and the Mexican worn-out poncho. That one is awesome. Serena says, hi, Miko. And Odog has the Star Hearts emoticon and the Sadie channel member exclusive emoticon. And Cruz says, I prefer the dark vampire German goth aesthetic of that era. Well, yeah, they, it's not supernatural, it's like, but, there is a vampire scare. And I won't spoil it for you in Murdoch Mysteries, but it's just a hemophiliac that needs blood transfusions. So it's all like science and reality based with a little bit of a spin. And also he meets historical figures from the time, like Alexander Graham Bell and Nikolai Tesla and Bram Stoker. So it's a lot of fun. Highly recommended. Murdoch Mysteries, very wholesome. It's on Amazon Prime. Serena says hi, Benz, and Benz has the Star Hearts emoticon. Serena says hi, Cruz, and hi, Odog. Cruz says hi, Serena, and Serena says hi, Sadie. Good to see you, beautiful girl. There, she's up. She got up for you. Cruz says, Odog, he is 21-year-old male. LOL, the peak of immaturity. Yeah, it's like he will give it a little bit of time, Cruz. And Ben says, thanks for dropping a comment on my quick draw video, Serena. And Serena says, Benz, I watched your videos and gave you a like, and yes, I did comment. And Odog says, LOL, Cruz, he's still new to bath ladies. Yes. Yes, he needs some aging, I guess, or seasoning. And Cruz says, Odog, you are spot on. Odog says, can't do Amazon Prime, LOL. Well, it's probably also on Tubi, Odog. I've noticed there's a lot of crossover between Amazon Prime and Tubi. Ben says, bath ladies are truly the peak of the 21st century. I think you mean the 19th century, or rather the 20th century. 19th, actually, for 1899. The cusp of the 20th. Serena says, you're welcome, Benz, and Odog is laughing. And he just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. I'm going to start singing at the start of these live streams. I like doing that. And I didn't actually make a playlist, but I started thinking about the songs that I wanted to sing while I was walking the dog today. And Serena says, I have been watching Tubi too. Yeah, Tubi is great. I got Tubi, I learned about Tubi from Odog, and I'll be eternally grateful. It's one of my favorite free streaming platforms. Ben says, most likely the peak of our whole history. We are only going down from here. Well, Ben, I do believe we are in a dark timeline. And we just have to get through it. That's the only thing to do. Cruz says, I was able to secure a year of Peacock streaming for $1.50 a month from Black Friday promo last year, and Hulu for $1 a month from a Black Friday promo. I've wanted Hulu because I want to watch What We Do in the Shadows. I've seen, I loved the movie, and I've seen clips of it on YouTube, and it looks really good. It looks really funny. Ben says, some Tubi movies are whack. Bone Tomahawk is a gem. And Serena says, LOL, Antonio, my favorite song. Okay, I'll learn it for you, Serena. And Cruz says, I like the honesty about Tubi. If you end up watching a terrible movie on it, you can't be upset since it's free. Yeah, Cruz. I mean, they've just got a little bit of everything. But I like their categories. And, the more you watch, the better the algorithm gets at suggesting things for you. Ben says, I listened to some Johnny Cash while playing as old Scarface today. I really like Riders in the Sky and God's Gonna Cut You Down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. You can run on. I don't remember the lyrics of that. For a long time, run on for a long time. Run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. It's true. Cruz says, I've been watching the occasional true crime show on Hulu. Keeps me sharp about what could go wrong in the real world. No, Cruz, it just feeds your paranoia. Stay away from those. Just watch the fictional versions. Well, Cruz, watch whatever you want. But yeah, it's how do I explain it? I talked about it with using the supernatural metaphor, where I really enjoy fictional accounts of ghost stories, but I cannot stand the Ghost Hunters TV series because I just assume everyone's lying. You can't rely on secondhand witness accounts. And, if you see a chair move or a door close, I just assume somebody's off camera doing it with a string. They're faking it. It just seems like they're faking it. Even though, I've had paranormal experiences myself that I cannot explain. But, I will watch those paranormal ghost stories with my arms closed, completely skeptical, but I'm all in if it's a movie, if it's fictional. If I know intellectually that it's fictional, I will allow myself to believe. But if you're presenting it as real, I close off. It might be a defense system on my part. And Odog says, I'm still on the original Hawaii Five-0. Book 'em, Dano. And Ben says, one of my favorite songs to play from Red Dead 2 is a song from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. The song they sing, Leave Her, Johnny, Leave Her. And I don't know that one, Ben. And Ben says, my grandparents only watch crime TV. All I know is someone dies every episode. Yeah, what's that about? Cruz says, Super Antonio, I'll disagree about true crime is based on actual crimes, LOL. The documentaries are all about how dating has gone wrong. Yeah, it's different for true crime, Cruz, because it's based on, actual police files and the evil that men do. So, yeah, I will agree with you. I will concede. And Cruz continues, suspension of belief is a key thing to any story. Pretty sure they teach that in English general education classes in undergrad. And Odog says, I can't stand that crap. Only watching crime shows. Yeah, for me personally, I watched... What did I watch? Making a Murderer, because that's what everyone was watching, and I had Netflix at the time. But no, and I am very conversant on Jack the Ripper lore and history. So he's kind of true crimey, I guess, but I don't like modern true crime. Serena says, I love May I song from Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. And Odog says, why do humans take their own demise and how/if as entertainment? And I think it just makes you feel better about your own life, Odog. Or your own your own personal struggles. And Cruz says, Odog, I will only watch them on occasions to keep my wits sharp. Okay, what was the name of that guy? This Scott Killer. Oh, Lacey Peterson. Okay, this is one true crime I followed a lot. Okay, Lacey Peterson, who was murdered by her husband, Scott Peterson. And I was fascinated by that case because Scott Peterson had, he had everything. It's like as that a man would generally aspire to. He had, a decent job. He had a house. He had a lovely wife who was pregnant with his child. And he just spun out of control and, also had a mistress and ended up murdering his wife and leaving her at the, dumping her in the bottom of the lake, I think. And then lying about it on TV, saying that, that she's missing and Lacey come home, lying. And, it kind of reminded me of the movie Gone Girl, except she doesn't die in Gone Girl. But, yeah, that true crime fascinated me, but I believe that was the last one. Apart from Jack the Ripper. Cruz says, Odog, I only watch them on occasions to keep my wits sharp. And Odog says, so much to watch. I'm not watching that. I'm into one crime show, one at a time. Also, I highly recommend, it's on Tubi, a science fiction show called V. It's based on a 70s TV series, but this is the remake from the 2010, and it's really good. There's 2 seasons of it. It's one of my favorite remakes, and I wanted to get it on Blu-ray. That's how much I love it. But it's readily available on streaming. Highly recommend it. It stars Morena Baccarin, who you may know as Deadpool's girlfriend, or if you watched Serenity or Firefly, she was in that. Cruz says, Jack the Ripper, how he went so long on his spree was crazy. LOL, and probably really scary for the time. Yeah, and he taunted. He was the first one to to write to the newspapers. And Mac Heath spends like a sailor. Could it be our Jackie's done something wrong? I tried to look up Mac the Knife and they gave me Mac Cosmetics. What's that? What's that about? Here, I'll get you. Oh, there's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, where a cement bag's just dropping on down. Oh, that cement is it's there for the weight, dear. 5'll get you 10. Old Mackie's back in town. Now, did you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash. And now Mac Heath spends just like our sailor. Could it be our boy's done something rash? Mac the Knife. I love that song. Where are we? Serena says, I'm having butter and Vegemite toast. Plenty to go around. Thank you, Serena. I do love toast. What's that about? And Cruz says, more so I watch true crime to see how women end up doing crime on the mail, LOL. What's that about? And Odog says, oh yeah, and bath ladies. Serena says, I love Cruel World and Arthur Lady Ride. Love the Red Dead music. Last Ride, I mean, Serena says. And Ben says, I like Peaky Blinders, Longmire, and Justified. Yeah, I watched all those. Those are on Netflix. I remember. I like Timothy Olyphant. And Cruz says, in Gone Girl, Amy killed her ex who was loaded with cash. Don't know why she just didn't stay with him. Because that's kind of a man-hating movie, Cruz. It's just part of the theme. Serena says, I've been watching horrors on Tubi. Yeah, watch V. It's just V, the letter V. It's a TV series. You will love it. It's a TV series about an alien invasion. Cruz says, anyone watch the Invisible Man movie that came out too long ago? Do you recommend? I do not, Cruz. Stay away. Stay away. Burn it with fire. Or you might like it. I didn't like it at all. I was very disappointed. I didn't even make it all the way through. But yeah, I can't actually talk about what I don't like about it on stream. Let's just say that it was made for modern audiences, and I don't feel that I am a modern audience. Ben says, I've always wanted to get a whole bunch of... I recommend Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon from early 2000s or the late 90s. Now that's an Invisible Man movie. Ben says, I've always wanted to get a whole bunch of friends, us, all have toy revolvers and get into a Reservoir Dogs Mexican standoff. Just so I can say, ease up there, pal. Just like Landon Ricketts. Sounds like a plan, Benz. Cruz says, now it appears I'll be able to watch Shrek while we stream. And Serena says, awesome singing, Antonio. Great voice. Serena, you have a great voice. Ben says, I chug Miller Lights and only watch Roadhouse on repeat. Hold on, I have to check on... Someone needs to go out on the balcony. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. And we're back. Sorry about that. Sadie knows we're doing a live stream, but she takes the word stream and that makes her think of something else. And sometimes she needs to stream on her own. She contributes to the stream in her own unique canine way. Serena loves the Shrek movies. And Cruz says, are you being sarcastic, Super Antonio? What didn't you like about it? Cruz, just watch it and form your own opinion. And Cruz says, isn't the movie based off a book? We might not be thinking of the same Invisible Man movie, Cruz. And Cruz says, Odog, are you still enjoying the lovely remedy that is Scissorp? And Odog says, nah, I'm off meds now. Getting better. And Cruz says, good to hear. Ben says, I've run out of material for tonight. Any good recommendations, Odog? And Ben says, Google Air Faith. Ari Faith. Okay, here we go. I'm not Googling that. I'm looking up The Invisible Man. Okay, The Invisible Man from 2020, starring Elizabeth Moss, is the one that I'm talking about. And I did not enjoy it. Rotten Tomatoes says it's smart, well acted, and above all scary. It is dumb, poorly acted, and above all ridiculous. But you know, you might like it. I mean, I've got very eclectic and retro tastes. And Cruz says, oh, Benz, look up Kenna James. She cool. And Ben says, tonight's going to be a good night. I've never heard of either of those bath ladies. Ari, Sadie is under the table, under the desk, so I can look at these in peace. Or with... Oh, she has pretty hair, Odog. Kenna... And Kenna kind of looks like a nice, wholesome girl next door until you, like, scroll down further. Serena says, where's David and everyone? Yeah, Serena, what's that about? But the campfires are always kind of, you know, they're kind of low-key. They're not the most popular of the streams, but I enjoy doing them, and I'm really glad you're here, Serena Starhearts. Cruz says, that's the one I was thinking about, LOL, but was it just too non-believable? Like the whole thing is the contract now, here's the money. If you're talking about The Invisible Man, it turns into like a feminist revenge movie about evil boyfriend who is a genius scientist who creates a stealth invisibility program and uses it to stalk the main character. And I just can't really talk about it on stream. I didn't like it. Serena says, David emailed me. Good, Serena. And Odog is laughing at Ben's. And Ben says, I'm going on my villain arc. And Cruz says, a girl that looked similar to Kenna broke my heart years ago. Made me become a man. Yeah, those events define your character. Odog says, Super Antonio, Ari even loves Star Wars. She swings lightsabers. And Odog says, anyway, back to G-rated chat. Yes, I do love the nerdy bath ladies. I mean, the ones who are actually nerdy, that are just, a lot of them I feel are just faking it for views. Yes, back to G-rated chat. But, it's an aspect of our lives that, we don't really discuss that it's interesting to me how, this whole toxic male gaze thing really bugs me. And it's coming to it's like Stellar Blade, you're allowed, if you're female, you're allowed to like film yourself working out, but you're going to, for views and clicks and likes. So people are going to watch that. Men are going to watch that. But if a man watches you while you are filming, watches you live, and we're live, that's somehow offensive. That's a toxic male gaze. But if it's from behind a camera, from behind a screen, that's good. And then, women are allowed to have OnlyFans accounts and are celebrated for, being independent and, achieving financial freedom for, basically being a bath lady online. However, if a man designs a video game character that, has a flattering female form in it, that's somehow bad. I just don't like the hypocrisy. At any rate, that's about all I have for you tonight, friends. I like going for about an hour, if we can, for these campfire chats. Where are we? Let's put on the support text. Cruz says, I don't know if they're celebrated. It is a short career, though, high risk. Yeah, Cruz, it's like being a professional athlete. You got about 10 years. And Miko says, yes, not offensive as long as it's monetized, consent and all that, but let's not go there. Miko, thank you for being here. Shout out to the mods. Odog, Serena, thanks for being here, friends. Everyone, have a great week. We shall return for Marston Mondays. Benz, Miko, Cruz, all of you have a great week and enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for being here.